Most companies install visitor reveal tools expecting instant sales intelligence, but simply installing the script isn't enough. Without the right setup, the data becomes noisy, incomplete, or disconnected from sales workflow. Hi guys, my name is Justin from LemReveal, and today we'll be going through or looking at the best Albacross website insight setup for your sales intelligence, including tracking, installation, enrichment settings, and CRM syncing. So we'll be looking at all those aspects and get them to a point where it will better assist your team or your company in terms of tracking website visitors and making the best or most out of it. So, like I said, everything begins with a script, right? And Albacross identifies companies visiting your website and using API based data and traffic analysis. For that system to work properly, the script needs to load on every page of your site. So, every page that needs tracking, please put the script or the link in there. The best place to install, let's say, this header, and you can also use tools like WordPress if you're of a WordPress site, Webflow or Shopify, or other tools that you have, let's say, built your site on. After adding the script, confirm that it loads correctly, and your browser inspection or installation verification inside Albacross, make sure that it really kicks, as in, okay, this script is active, so it really works normally. So if your script only loads on some pages, visitor identification becomes inconsistent, so you won't get the data that you need. So this is how it looks like across, and this is how it looks like after being logged in, and everything else in between. So you can have that there. Let's go to home. So this is how it will look like, and website visitors, the last 24 hours and all that stuff, but it will work after installing the code. So please make sure that the code is installed. So from here on, right, after inserting your whole links and all that, once the whole traffic identification is running properly, the next step here will be enrichment, which means like you are adding on additional company intelligence to each visitor record. So this can include your industry classification, employee size, company headquarters location, their contact information, etc. Instead of just seeing that a company visited your site, you begin to see who they are and what kind of organization they represent. And that context or that information helps sales team prioritize outreach to those people or to those companies. So in a way, it helps your business to reach out to those people, to those potential clients before they start reaching out or communicating with their competitors. So for you, it's a very good thing or a win-win situation. So with that being the case, after all that information is relayed out to you or your sales team, you can make good use of it. So clicking on a visitor profile reveals their browsing behavior. So you'll see the pages that they visited, you'll see the timestamps and the number of sessions. Some people visit your site more than once. So that's an indication that this might be a potential client. So with that being the case, you can also click here, page and intent level. So here you'll get to see all that type of information, right? As you can see, all the type of information that you need in order to have those clients or in order to prioritize outreach to those people. So this is the type of information that you can use. Buyer personas. So here is when you're trying to filter out the information based on the people who visited, maybe their industries, maybe filter it based on their professions, maybe filter it based on the services that the companies provide. So you can always have that kind of information there and ready. So that's where the real insight appears, the pages that they visited and the number of pages they visited as well. So, for example, I'll give you an example, right? When a visitor is reading a blog on your article, They may be like, it's simple research, but when a company repeatedly visit a product page or pricing pages suggest a stronger buying intent, so your sales team can often use this information to engage or decide to engage with these particular aspects or potential clients or customers. So visitor data becomes far more valuable when it reaches your CRM. So with that being the case, you can switch to outreach. That way you can integrate your CRM tool with this particular site. For example, you can integrate it with the HubSpot, you can integrate it with your Salesforce, etc. So you can have those aspects there and make good use of that information. So, with that being the case, you can always have a proper way to use this information. As you can see here, you can use your own integrated info, like your integrated tool, setting up new campaigns to prioritize outreach to the specific people, or you can switch to intent, where you are just mainly checking the website visitors, mainly tracking the people that visit your site as well. So once you've connected your CRM tools, visitor insights automatically appear in your CRM. So your sales team from there can sort out that information in a logical sequence or make assumptions based on what the visitors data indicate. So with that being the case, this helps combine website behavior with existing lead and account data. So mostly it's consists of inferring what the data could mean based on the pages that are visited, based on the user behavior when they're visiting your site. So instead of constantly checking your dashboard, you can set up alerts. For example, you'll receive notification when a target account visits your site, companies view your pricing pages, and so these alerts allow you or your sales team to respond while the interest is still active before they shift to something else. So that timing makes outreach more relevant. So here, when it comes to the insight or the best Albacross insight or setup, focuses on five core steps, which is installing your code, filter irrelevant traffic, enable company and contact enrichment, analyze visitor behavior, and connect your CRM tools. So when these pieces work together, anonymous traffic becomes actionable sales intelligence. So instead of just measuring visitors, your team begins to identify companies that are already searching for your solution or searching for your product. Alternatively, we ourselves use LemReveal for your B2B visitor identification intelligence. So, with that being the case, I will briefly go through this tool, and then from there on, you can use this tool or go through this tool at your own leisure. So, you just sign in, and if you don't have an account yet, you create one and sign in. It's pretty simple. So with this tool, there are three simple steps you should follow. Add your site, whatever.com, whatever.ai, whatever.io. So you add your site there, install your tracking pixel on every single page of your site, mainly the header section, and then you'll get your first visitor traffic data. And then from there, you can sort out your visitor data based on companies or individuals who visit your site. So you can filter out that information based on contact type, department, seniority, all that. And based on your companies, you can filter out that information on potential warm leads, potential maybe the people are returning on your site. So you can filter that information that way. And also, you can also prioritize outreach. With that being the case, you can obviously integrate that with your HubSpot, your sales force, your Pipedrive, and all the other tools that your company may use in order to reach out to those potential leads. So you can integrate it with your CRM, and always focus on reaching out to the relevant people who visited the relevant pages, your pricing, case studies, your services, all those pages that indicate a potential customer or potential conversion in that aspect. So that's it from me. If you need more information on these tools, if you need to play around with these tools, you can always catch the links in the description below. I'll see catch you on the next video.